Hey, 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 hey. Hello, hello. How you doing? Hello to you and those that will be watching this replay soon. I want to come on here real quick and just to announce that I am going to be doing another podcast, total podcast show, totally new podcast show. Totally different format. Won't have anything to do with sports. Most of you know that I am a preacher, obviously. Most of you know that I am known not only as big time, but I'm first known, if you want to call it that way, as Bishop Brooks. And I feel a pull to go spiritual, not to preach necessarily. Not at all. Not to preach necessarily, but talk more spiritual, um, more church related issues, things along that nature. And I am going to do it. I am going to do it at the original home of my sports podcast. What's up, Coach? I see you. Appreciate you popping on. Podbean. Most of you know that's where I started it. Um, along with doing it live. Podbean was my original home. Of course, you know now that I am on the Spotlight Sports Network as well. But now I'm gonna go change everything on Podbean. So just so you'll know, the Big Time Show, my sports podcast, soon will not be there anymore. I'm gonna substitute it with a podcast that would be called named after my book. My book title is Seeking Clearer Thoughts. And so that will be the name of the podcast, Seeking Clearer Thoughts Podcast. That will be exclusively on Podbean. I will not be doing what you're seeing me doing now live on that. I'll be strictly going Podbean. They have on there a religious type category that you can venture into. And that's what I'm going to do starting soon. I'm going to try to come on maybe once a week, maybe doing that just to see how, things kind of turn out. Um, I'm still, of course, going to be doing my sports stuff, right? And that'll never change. But I am feeling the need to talk God. This is a crazy world we living in, and I mean, it's time for the church necessarily, um, well, exclusively. It's time for the church to speak up. The representatives of Christ, His ministers. It's time for us to speak up. So I already have somewhat of a platform through Podbean and, of course, Facebook and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to go exclusively for this podcast. I am going strictly by Podbean. So this is what you need to do as of now. If you're already not following me on Podbean, it's a simple free download for your phone or your computer, and search out the Big Time Show. If you find the Big Time Show, just go ahead and follow that. Soon I'll be changing the name, but because you've already followed it, it won't make a difference. So once you connect with me that way, I could change the name 30 times. It makes no difference. So go ahead and follow the Big Time Show on Podbean. Podbean, I hope I'm speaking clearly enough that you can understand that, but I'm going to put it in the chat for you guys. Uh, there it is. Right there in the chat. I'll put it there for you. Go to that right there. Podbean. Podbean. Download that to your phone or your computer, iPad. Do that and follow the Big Time Show. Soon it will change to something else. It will change to the Seeking Clear Thoughts podcast. I hope that some of you will do that. Come on, follow me there. We're gonna have a good time on there. As I said before, I'm not trying to preach on it. I'm not trying to do a Bible study, but at the same time, that will be, obviously some of the basis of things that we're going to be discussing. But I'm not trying to start a ministry online and all that. I'm not doing all that. I'm just giving a few listeners and myself the chance to talk about some issues, maybe even vent a little bit, whatever the case may be. But the primary goal will be to help the people of God. That's it. And sometimes one of the ways that you can help people is just by simply talking. That's it. Talking things out, getting a clear understanding on some issues, or getting closer to a clearer understanding on some issues. Everything. It may be some questions that, hey, maybe I can help people with as far as answering. I don't know it all, but I know a little bit, just a little bit. So that's what this announcement is all about. Hopefully some of you guys will join me. I'll still be doing my sports podcast without a doubt, but I'm going to add this to my plate now. I don't know what day it is. This will be happening probably in the next week and a half, 2 weeks. So I have a way of linking the live broadcast. I'll be doing it live. When I do it, I can link it to Facebook. So for those, I'm going to try it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to remember to put it there. So that way, all you got to do, guys, is just click the link there that I have in my page, and you'll see it. Now, this will not be on the Big Time Show Facebook page. I'm separating the two. My new podcast will not be on the Big Time Show page. It will be, the link probably will be on my, hey, Ms. Williams, thank you. It will be on my personal page, but only there. It will not be on the Big Time Show Facebook page. So, hope you guys join me. Hope we can learn together. Hope we can grow together. Hope we can increase our faith together. Hopefully we can get some understanding together. Hopefully you guys can even help me. I don't know it all. Hopefully we can grow together. So get ready for the Seeking Clearer Thoughts podcast. The Seeking Clearer Thoughts podcast. Probably in the next couple of weeks. I'll be on Podbean exclusively. So there it is in the chat right there. You can see it on your screen. Download that to your phone or your computer or whatever, your iPad or whatever. Download that. Podbean is right there for you. Download that. And as for now, search out the Big Time Show. The Big Time Show, and just follow that. Get the notifications on. That's all you have to do. Soon I'll be changing the name and background and everything. The Big Time Show will not. Hey Keith, I see you. Appreciate you popping on, man. That will not. It will not be on Podbean anymore in a couple of weeks. The Big Time Show will not be on there in a couple of weeks. So if I guess I need to, well, the Podbean listeners, I've already just kind of said it before, but you guys know how to follow me right where you are. So there won't be any changes, of course, to my personal page. If you're looking at me um, through my personal page, this really is nothing. If you're following me on the Big Time Show Facebook page, the new podcast will not be on that page. I am going to separate the two. I have a couple personalities that's inside of me. You get me, the sports podcast guy, the crazy cowboy fan. That's me. But most of you also know that I can switch at any moment and turn into Bishop Brooks. I'm a preacher that just loves sports. Nothing wrong with that at all. Folk think you a preacher. Think you just supposed to walk around with a Bible in your hand, 24/7, quoting Psalms all day. That's not that's not life. That's not life. So I'm a preacher that loves sports, but I love the Lord, no doubt about that. And I'm just gonna make a platform for Him. Hopefully, some of you guys will join me on Podbean when I start this. Of course, I'll let you guys know when the exact date will be and the day that I will always be on. Haven't really locked in on the exact day that I need to do, but it's coming. Um, and hopefully, you guys will join me. All right, that's my announcement for now. Thank you guys for popping in, and those that will be watching this replay. Hopefully, you guys will join in with me in this again a new venture. Uh, Hopefully, you guys will support me in that way just by your presence once it starts. What's up, Mike? I see you. Hopefully, you guys will support me just by your presence. There'll be opportunities for other things, but your presence is good enough for me. So hopefully, you guys will switch there and support me if you want to learn, about some spiritual insight or spiritual things or whatever. Come on, hang with me, and we'll see if we can grow together. Uh, Maybe some things we talk about may not, work for you, but and that's okay. But maybe something will. You just never know. So I'm going to make myself available for that. I'll be doing a show every week. At least I'm going to start it off with one because a sports podcast, I have to do that twice a week. So I'm going to do the spiritual one for now. I can't look. I work. I work a job just like you do. I have a sports podcast show. I am currently a doctoral student in college. I'm trying to finish up my doctorate. Good Lord, I'm an assistant pastor here in Memphis. I have I'm a husband and then I'm a father. I got a pretty full plate, so I'm gonna add on to myself this new venture, and I can't stretch it too far. But when I first started out podcasting, I said the same thing. And I said I'm just gonna do this once a week. Now my sports podcast show is I have to do it twice now a week. So I'm starting off saying about the spiritual podcast, Seeking Clearer Thoughts. We're gonna try to do this once a week, but if the Lord pushes it, there's a demand for it or whatever the case may be, I may have to make a decision, to do something more. And I'm wide open for it. You just never know. And I guess I start y'all off this way. Look, keep putting things in the ground, whatever those seeds are. Usually when we say seeds, we start talking about money. Most of you in church, you start talking about that. But I'm just saying, keep working, keep plugging, planting those seeds in the ground, whatever it may be, whether it's sowing your dreams into the ground. You just never know when God is going to breathe on you. Do y'all understand what I'm saying right there? Listen to me good. I'm a witness to this. I'm not talking a bunch of, things I don't know about. I have some experience in this. You just keep working. You just never know when God is going to breathe on it and take it to the next levels. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a business. You know, some businesses struggle and they're trying to get off their feet, or they're just barely maintaining, or they're just stuck at a certain level. And then all of a sudden you're doing the same things you were doing, but it's just like some favor and some unexpected stuff just happened, and all of a sudden your business is booming. It could very well be that God decided to breathe on it. So you just never know. So our job is just to keep planting seeds. That's what I'm doing here. I got a sports podcast show. I'm just planting the seeds. I'm in my uh, doctoral school. Just planting seeds. I just wrote a book. I don't know how I found the time to do that, but I did it. I'm just planting seeds. Now I'm going to plant another seed. I'm going to do a spiritual podcast show. Just planting seeds. Yeah, I'm yeah. Hey, Miss Williams, I see you. I see you. I'm just planting seeds. That's all I'm doing. Just trying to plant seeds. Um, and you just never know when God is going to breathe on it. He's already breathed on it because he's birthed it, at least birthed the idea in you. But you just never know when that thing is going to explode. You just never know. Our job is to keep plugging, so that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully, people will be blessed, or people will be helped by it. Hey, Shane, I see you. And Shane puts up a great comment. It's just time now for the church to stand up. It really is. Once you see what's going on, and things are, slowly but surely, it's not looking real good. And I've already seen some chats, some Twitter chats, whether these people are atheists or non-believers, or I even throw in people that kind of straddle the fence. They're not strong in their faith. They have this ability to question, where is God? Is he here? Is he watching? Is he paying attention? Certainly these things wouldn't be going on if he was, who he says he is. And those are the type of things that we need to talk about. We have believers who don't believe. See that's, or we have believers who don't fully believe, or not, as the Bible says, they're not fully persuaded. They're halfway persuaded. And when you're halfway persuaded, you can be tossed quickly by anything, and it'll make you question God. These are some of the things that we need to talk about, and hopefully people will be helped. Hopefully people will be helped. That's what I'm going to try to do. Try to do my best at doing that. And if you will, I'll say it one more time before I get off. There it is right there. You see on your screen, Podbean. If you want to, if you're interested, all you have to do is go to that, download that to your phone or computer or your iPad or whatever your listening device is, and you can follow the Big Time Show. I even make it even more simpler now. I'm thinking about it. Listen, if you're on Pandora, if you're on Spotify, if you're on any Google Podcasts, if you're on Tumblr, I know I'm forgetting all of them. I'm already on there. So you don't necessarily have to do Podbean. You don't have to download to your phone. It would be nice if you did, but if you don't, you can go to Spotify, Pandora, Google Podcasts. Let me look at this. Before I miss one. Before I miss one here. Let me make sure. Sorry. I am on. Okay, I'm on Spotify. Here it is, right here. How about this? There you go. Right there. There it is. I'm on either one of those. You can. I'm not going to put this podcast on Twitch. I'm not going to put it on Twitch. Everywhere else, I am. Let me look. Yeah. If you have one of these on your phone, especially Twitter, just about everybody has Twitter. But if you're iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, I'm already on there. The Big Time Show is already on there. All you need to do is just go follow those from whatever platform you listen to. You don't necessarily have to go to Podbean, but I hope that you will, because that's where I'm doing it. But however, the difference is when I do the show on Podbean, the other ones won't get it live. I will be live on Podbean. However, when I finish the show and upload it, then it will be on all of these other podcast platforms. So it won't be live. You'll get it, but it won't be live. So again, Podbean is the way to go. But if you don't want to hear me live, I got other ways where you can check me out, and there it is. Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Twitter, LinkedIn, Tumblr. Don't worry about the Twitch, because I'm not going to put it on there. Okay? All right, I'm done. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Hope you guys support me in this. Tell somebody about it. I appreciate y'all so much. For those that for the Big Time Show, I will see you guys Saturday at 3 o'clock. We got some more stuff to talk about as far as Cowboys go. You know that. So I'll see you guys Saturday at 3 o'clock for the Big Time Show podcast. And get ready for the Seeking Clear Thoughts podcast. That will be exclusively on Podbean. Hope you guys really would follow me there, and hope we can have some fun together. All right. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. I'll see you guys soon. All right. Appreciate you.